worry about, playing around that ultimate.
We'll have to see if the Gladiators or the Leviathans come out on top for game one and try and find their first set win. To do it, we got to get through this first one. To do that, we got to throw it over to Dave and Mifflin.
That's right. One of these two teams escapes this best of three with their first win of Season 10. The other, pick through and through, but has not been a solo lane pick at all here in Season 10.
Oh, he can't
inbound
move.
As he body blocked. Oh, it's perfect. From the Atlantis Leviathans, and it's a turn and burn from Zap and RONNGYU. And that is simple. It's hard to set up, but it's made to look easy by RONNGYU and Zapman.
Initiate the fight. FineOK more so really is just creating space by dedicating his body.
Whoa,
Bobby,
no.
you all right?
Bobby's the one who's in trouble, and the Scarab's
He's not
blessing
good, dude. Oh, no.
will delay, but delay is all he'll be able to do. That's a good collapse in from the Leviathans. However, game one is looking that way. Pyromancer pulled by 3 of the Gilded Gladiators and confirmed, but it's full disengage. Inbound left to the Wolves, won't even use or might not have gotten the chance to use Scarab's blessing. Pyromancer is for the 3rd death of the game. He was behind the Leviathans a moment ago. Will rejoin the rest of his team, but FineOK has done the same. Damage on to Fino, but this is the issue with being on the other side of the team fight. It's going to force out Scarab's blessing. Big piece of utility missing from the fight, but a carry missing from the Leviathans. Zapman run down, and it's Kiermi who opens things up here. Is there enough, though, in this fight for the Leviathans to keep going?
Fine.
Seems to be for now. FineOK steps forward. In the back of the fight, RONNGYU gets chased out by Scary D, and it's actually a great fight for the Gilded Gladiators. Both soul laners were on opposite sides of the engagement. Maybe low enough health bars for the Leviathans to do something.
Kiermi trying his best to create space, but nothing gained. The Gilded Gladiators reset at 10%. Is he going to stick around the fight? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Holds on to the crushing wave. Should be able to put up a defense here if he so chooses, but tower's already low. Leviathan's already grouped.
Adapting's got a great route behind here.
Oh,
no, Snoopy.
Can't do it twice.
It's going to get locked down by FineOK, and that's where, I mean, even if it's not a shadow lock, it's a silence that's preventing a lot of disengage, and man, Gilded Gladiators, they're going to get chased down here. Scary D's in a really bad spot. Wild Hunt used. Hits its target. Scary D tanky enough, though.
It's just walking out.
Might just delay this kill, and instead it's Inbound who switches sides, and Inbound lives. And it could have been so much worse.
Just needs to get in there. The members of the Gilded Gladiators that are close enough, can't be Stu.
15.
Need to buy some
He's
time.
not going to have his snipes. Kiermi's around the backside.
They got
Runic
it.
bomb.
The
Go! Oh, what happens is that threw a Runic bomb, and it's a Kiermi. The dice roll doesn't work for the Leviathans, and the umbrella from Kiermi shields his squad from a massive blow early in game one. The Leviathans had all the damage but the last bit, and it's the Gilded Gladiators have been in these moments before, where they've wrestled control back of games. Remember, could have gone 3 during that kickoff tournament, but
big.
This is where the Gilded Gladiators have had trouble. Their sieges have fallen just a bit short. It looks like this one is going to as well.
Wow.
Shentoo burns through Scary D, and
Not
Inbound
over.
might not fare much better. A double for the Merlin, and a knock-up from Snoopy. Does not avoid the stun.
Wow.
Leviathans have rolled right back into this game, and they've only lost a tier 2 and left. And Myth suddenly can shove back down the other side.
Scary D just thinks he's tankier than he is, just steps up way too fast, though. The Gladiators aren't thinking about whether or not they can step up. They're thinking about finishing up the tower. No way.
We're just going to run the same play back.
wouldn't.
Crushing
Free
wave.
man.
Oh, the stun from Fino. Goodbye, Snoopy.
It's
You
Max.
thought you were safe, but you're not. Because FineOK's back on the King Arthur. Now we're tower diving a tier 2. Kiermi sends a few crits in, but it's 1 for 3. Getting some payback onto Shentoo, and Adapting has made his way right back into this game with a double kill of his own. That is surprising from the Gladiators.
You can never accuse them of lacking confidence. You can
right.
never accuse them of cowardice. Perhaps a bit of pride. Perhaps a bit of ego. But avarice, maybe. Definitely not cowardice.
I'd rather have a team that wins by trying. Well, assuming it then turns into a team fight.
And it is.
Which is exactly what's
It's
happening.
happened. Snoop, why are you so far up?
Man, this is now, if Snoopy dies here, it's the 3rd time in a
It's
row
fine
it's happened.
again.
It's a double stun from FineOK, but Kiermi solos out Shentoo, who is not with the rest of his team. And so it's actually the Snoopy bait, and I think you can draw this right back.
Scary D and his team, so had Driving Strike connected. Wouldn't have taken him too far. Grabbed again. But Scary takes no damage.
Oh, Final K's in the back. Final K has found Snoopy, and Final K takes him up and places him back down, but the beads are off of this Hebo, and so is the Crushing Wave. Snoopy gonna be so limited now in the remainder of this fight. But Kirmi steps forward, and he's got Shentoo in his eyes, but Shentoo turns the tables, and Shentoo somehow lives, and there's no snipes.
No.
And the Scarab's Blessing delayed a double kill from Adapting, and the team fight has gone all sorts of sideways for the Gladiators, and the razor-thin margins, all in favor of the Leviathans. Fire Giant, half HP, no runic bombs here, so could be steal potential if the Excavate or Inbound makes their way in time, and no, that fizzles out. Excavate's actually way late in this fight. Scared E senses he's got to use it, but Kirmi, free entrance into the backline of the Leviathans, but has the Vamana been dealt with? Sure has, and Snoopy has not been able to turn the tables on the initiators of the Levi's. Inbound's got a Scarab's Blessing, and he will stay in place.
He's
EFG +2 and 99% of Snoopy. The Leviathans looking to close out game one.
The Gladiators didn't defend the base, and they didn't all in on the fire. It was a halfway call that cost them this team fight and potentially the entirety of the match. Leviathan stepping forward.
Final K has just been unbelievable. Snoopy does a lot of damage.
Whoa!
And is it enough? Scared E goes back in. Snipes from Stu. Won't be enough either, and it's a flashy moment from the Gladiators. Doesn't make a difference. The Leviathans, thank you for keeping my fantasy points alive there.
Again, this Afro pick, in my opinion, has always been how much value to get out of the ultimate. If you're not getting much value out of the ultimate, there's better supports. So we'll see how they play it.
Well, can the Gladiators find that value from the Aphrodite pick? Can they take us to game number 3? Before we can get there, though, we've got to make it through game number 2. We'll throw it to the casters.
That's right, and the Gilded Gladiators get a bit spicy in their picks and bans. For game number 2, a sustainy wave, or lane rather, here over in duo.
Could be. Got to hit level 2, though, to share some of that sustain. Shentoo had plenty of experience with this last match, just getting bullied out by Kirmi. Continues to do so here.
Adapting dashes through, gets stunned, gotta be first blood, and it is. The pathing there so interesting. He was out and then decided to go back through the Gilded Gladiators over in mid. And Kirmi, who felt like the last bit of hope for the Gladiators in game 1, starts off game 2 with the first blood. Yeah,
I think Adapting tries to clear wave while Kirmi's accosting Shentoo. Realizes that his wave had been pulled away. Bobby, what happened? What?
No, but RONNGYU's going to get traded out. He's still level 1. And so Stuart will dash forward, and Kirmi being here sends it right back. And Adapting actually hits level 2. RONNGYU does not. And so there's some of the shortcoming. Adapting won't go in. Has Blink. Won't use it just yet. Scared E gets pulled back. There's actually a decent amount of damage here from Final K.
No ult.
No ultimate, though. You're right. Could be a 3 versus 3. Over on left. Adapting stunned. My goodness. Stuart set up so much of that. And that is quick burst. Could confirm it here for Scary D, and there's no immediate counter gank from Kirmi. Axe gets used. Adapting taunts in Scary. It actually could get a lot worse. Scary D again, without ultimate, is in some serious trouble. Not only doesn't get his blue, but gets handed a death. And Myth, it's a pull on the Gold Fury on the other side of the map, and this should be it for the Gilded Gladiators.
No, I was just thinking it was funny that you said vintage, you know, that's all.
Yeah, because we haven't seen King Arthur in forever.
That's
so
true.
It's classic for Final K. Shoves Kirmi aside. Is Final K, and he's in trouble now. Double silence.
Vintage.
All right. You want to solo cast this?
No, dude.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That's a kill from the Gilded Gladiators.
Rotation back as well, but Gladiators got the numbers advantage.
They do. Not the ultimate advantage, though. That goes to the Leviathans. Inbound, sent back. Shentoo's got a lot of damage to pull in this fight, and Adapting will finish off the kill, but it's RONNGYU left alone. 3-man push from Final K. It's vintage on the Hercules. Scary D now left running. This is where the Gilded Gladiators may fall apart. It's a 1-for-3 trade, and a 3-man push from Fino sets it all up.
Man, that is so tough for the Fury. That relic gone for the next 160 seconds.
Ooh.
Very susceptible.
RONNGYU blocked from getting a root. Scary D makes his way back to lane, and didn't make much of a difference, but a nice play. Stun's not in from Zapman. Adapting still in on the chase. Again, individual picks costing the Leviathans right now. They keep clawing themselves back into the game. Snoopy pushed back by Final K. There's the beads awaiting around the corner. Zapman cannot step forward underneath the tier 1. Leviathans just haven't had the opportunity to really fight 5v5. Feels like they've been doing some good damage and hoping that the numbers less lopsided. Back off used once more, but back in go the Gladiators, adapting. And shentoo, it flips sides with the Gladiators' initiation. Scary D shoved against the tower, and Final K is relentless. It's another push-pull combo, and this time
do it again.
hands over a kill onto Scary D. These mid-lane towers have been a wasteland for the Gilded Gladiators. And here in game 2, potentially no different.
Can't
One
stop
more on a Snoopy. What do you call it, Miff?
That's
from
vintage.
Final K, 1-1-5.
Oh, he's looking like a 1930s coat, Dave. He's so
for you. So I like this call from the Gladiators, but they need to play careful. These pulls have been detrimental.
Final K stunned. It doesn't
that's
really
big.
matter. Blinks have found Snoopy, and the Anubis has lived all game long, but that's changed in the last couple minutes. Except for shentoo, he's able to live. Both mid laners being dove, but it's actually shentoo and Zap, the two carries, bonded in this team fight, sending all the damage back to the Gladiators. And my goodness, it goes nowhere. And the Atlantis Leviathans have found life in game 2.
The Gilded Gladiators fly a little too close to the sun, trying to keep up their aggression, but it's the Leviathans who just have the better team fight. It wasn't even a true 5-on-5. It was a separate 3v2 on either side. But the dive of the Leviathans has more success. The back line of the Leviathans, their fire giant, potentially.
Don't know.
A fight in the jungle. Maybe a tier 2 siege. RONNGYU. Stunned, but escapes the damage.
Is this really a good idea? That's the question. Have the Gladiators baited themselves in? Scary D sure has. He'll die. No, he won't. Yes, he will. shentoo flickers forward. Kirmi. Again, it's the Vamana's worked. When there's a little bit of help, he's just not been able to get any kills in the back line. The Gladiators think they have an opening, but in reality, they're just creating one for the Leviathans. Inbound tossed aside, and one more over to shentoo in this fight.
Gladiators are so concerned with if they could, they never thought if they should,
Did
Dave.
you just come up with that?
I am so quotable, man. They
Close.
got to
I didn't
stop.
have the ability to. Luckily, there's a fountain just behind if he needs it.
No,
Scary
there's
D has
another
to
wave.
step forward. Oh my god! What is the chunk damage onto Scary D?
He's surely fine.
0-6 on the chalk. Miff, you were saying you're not a fan of it. Maybe this is why. Feel better about your decisions.
Oh, man.
And Zapman on a triple has sealed the deal on this game.
Quad?
A quad from Zapman. Stu, my 80
shentoo?
you won't get it. shentoo's on a rampage. 5 kills in the game for shentoo. And Zapman nearly had 5 in a row. That's vintage from Zap as well, who was around in 1910. Drinking that one we were talking about. 4 kills
coats
to end this game. The Gilded Gladiators, they'll fall, and the Leviathans will grab their first win of the year.
Leviathans